Hi folks, Future Man. The Beast, 666, the Book of Revelation, in particular, Revelation 13. Are we living in the biblical prophecy of Revelation 13? Nearly 2,000 years ago, a man called John of Patmos, in an island near Greece, wrote the Book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible. He described a being of grotesque qualities, a spirit that would eventually enslave the world. Now, before we proceed with this documentary, which is an analysis of a man that appeared, then disappeared, and will appear again, as in Revelation 17, that is, the people who have not been written in the book of life will be astonished when they see the beast, because it once was, then it will not be, and then it will appear again. Revelation 13:1 and 2. The two beasts as follows. The dragon stood upon the shore of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. On each of its horns there was a crown, and on each of its heads there was a name that was insulting to God. The beast looked like a leopard, with feet like a bear's feet, and a mouth like a lion's mouth. The dragon gave the beast his own power, his throne, and his vast authority. Firstly, it must be stated that this particular passage of Scripture conjures in the head of anybody who reads it as a remarkable, never-before-seen beast, who is endowed with chameleon hybrid creature-like qualities, or simply a symbolic beast with notable evil characteristics. A mythological creature of disproportion, yes, juxtaposed with a metaphorical one. Much like we see in images when we type Beast of Revelation into Google as follows. Like this, and like this, also like this. In Revelation 13:1, a beast coming out of the sea is metaphorical. Why? It is the unimportant wording between the description of the beast that is important. The imagery of such a grotesque beast overshadows words like sea. Why the sea? Well, you have the sea of knowledge, for example. What is the knowledge? In this instance, it is the occult knowledge, or inversion. Please refer back to FMTV episode of Inversion to understand. The sea also represents 7/10 of the surrounding body of land upon earth. That is, the knowledge per se surrounds the earth. Sea meaning? The expanse of salt water that covers most of the earth's surface and surround its land masses. A vast expanse or quantity of something. To understand who and what we are dealing with here, a clue pertains to Revelation 22. That is, he seized the dragon, the ancient serpent who is the devil, or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. Moreover, a mythological creature, Leviathan, is a biblical sea monster referenced in the Bible a few times, in the book of Job, Psalms, Isaiah, and Amos. Leviathan is a creature with the form of a sea serpent from Jewish mythology, also. So it is unequivocally Satan, referred to as in the dragon of Revelation 13:1, that ancient serpent in his various quantum state of antiquity, meaning he bears his spoil since time on earth immemorial, his 10 horns or 10 kingdoms. The devil presents his conquest with crowning glories of perceived majestic empires, nations, or godless entities. The trophies or embellishments of Satan, whichever way you want to interpret it. The overriding factor is that all the aforementioned is an abomination to God. So what's insulting to God in this instance? The names on 7 heads. Okay, so what is sinful in the Bible and is common knowledge with the figure of 7? The 7 deadly sins, which are pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. You can't get more blasphemous than the aforementioned 7. In Revelation 13:2, imagery becomes more complicated. The beast looked like a leopard, with feet like a bear's feet, and a mouth like a lion's mouth. So the beast looks like a leopard. Like, the word is important here. Just like this still picture of a leopard. Or could it be a black panther? However, a black leopard is rare and is known as melanistic, that being black pigmentation taking over its body. The pigmentation of the beast will become an important subject later for the beast in its career, that is, its colouring. However, feet like a bear's feet. The clue here again is like. The word like gives the reader the real direction. The author John is not exactly sure that it is bear's feet, but something comparable. The two pictures on the right are actual pictures of bare feet. The other one is what I will allege is the beast. And a mouth like a lion's mouth. Although like here is important, it is very specific. A lion's mouth, not head or face. Again, two of these pictures are pictures of a lion's mouth. The other is what I will allege is the beast's mouth. They look very similar. So, do we have a satanic human turning into a hybrid creature that exhibits all these qualities? Or a human endowed with satanic power that exhibits animalistic, shape-shifting talents over a particular career? The answer is both. Now let's reveal our allegorical pictures to give us a clue to the creature. Or the beast out of the sea and its real meaning. Now you got to remember that John of Revelation was writing this in 90 AD. He wasn't aware of anything called lycanthropy. Lycanthropy is the folklore of metamorphosis of humans changing into werewolves via shape-shifting. That folklore was around in 60 AD in European folklore.